All right. Hello and welcome to our group's digital collection, the Freshwater Aquarium Fish Digital Library. So I'm just giving a brief introduction of what the idea was since I initially came up with it. I was designing a freshwater aquarium for my own home and was looking at resources and fish and everything and wanted a useful resource for people to start out with and fish and plants that they could put in. So I guess without further ado, let's jump into the presentation itself.
All right, so first we will discuss the organization strategies that we decided on for our digital library. When a user initially visits, they will be immediately directed to our homepage, which showcases our quick start guide that we worked on. And the guide is a great resource for users to look at for instructions on how to ultimately navigate the library. Next, we created our About page, which explains what our digital library is about and what topics will be covered, which is freshwater fish. And then is our collection tree, which is comprised of three collections, the basics, stocking an aquarium, and helpful resources. The items that we added were divided up amongst the three. And then lastly, we have browse items and browse exhibits, which allows users to look at all of our items as a whole rather than have them be sorted by the different collections. And to dive more deep into our collections, we have the basics, which includes information and materials on how to set up an aquarium for beginners, along with step-by-step resources on where someone should even start for that process. And our stocking and aquarium collection has materials related to which freshwater fish should be included in the aquarium, the different types of fish, along with the different types of aquatic plants that a beginner can add as well. Lastly, we have our helpful resources, which has both text materials and audio and visual materials, which provides a great resource for helping beginners know what it all entails on how to set up a freshwater aquarium.
Yeah, in terms of the collection creation and the exhibit and everything, we use a couple of different plugins. So we use the collection tree builder in order to build that tree in those subdivisions, the exhibit builder to build our exhibit, file paginator for example, we have a couple of items that include a couple different photos. And so then we can scroll through those quickly and easily with the file paginator. We had hide elements in order to hide a couple of elements that just weren't as useful. Item order to order them in our collection. And then LC suggest, and then simple pages, simple vocab to just ensure we can build the exhibit that we need and have that controlled vocabulary. Our theme, we just chose seasons. Was nice. It's blue with the winter season. Sorry, you might hear my dog. But yeah, in terms of the items that we actually put in there, different variety of items. We have websites, PDF documents, images, audio files, video files, hyperlinks, a little bit of everything. And again, just wanted to mention that part of the reason we did our topic on the freshwater aquarium fish and what you can do with freshwater aquariums is because at the time I was just looking into it. And so it's something that I recommended.
All right, so in regards to our exhibits, we have one actual exhibit, which we titled Freshwater Aquarium Fish. This exhibit contains helpful resources that for beginners to set up their own aquariums. It also has little piece things within our item collection itself so that people can see what's included overall, and then it would then direct them to our collection tree itself. Next slide, please. In regards to our website interface design, our homepage offers a drop-down menu for mobile devices. And then online, you have your tab groups, which are separated out as quick start guide, about, collection tree, browse items, and browse exhibits, as we have specified already. And at this time, we would like to show you our website. So, as we've mentioned before, we start off with a quick start guide itself. Dan, would you like to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. Once again, sorry if my dog is noisy. But the quick start guide includes an overview of what the whole exhibit and collection is really about, as well as talks a bit about why some items were included, and why they might have been. Then it goes into the collection organization and browsing, as well as searching for items. So how to work your way through the collection. And then final notes, it just once again mentions that it's intended for beginners, but it is available and has interesting information for people of any level. At the very bottom, you can start the exhibit, where we get to the actual breakdown of the exhibit here. Kind of tells you a little bit about it. And then each section has a couple of resources related. If you want to talk about this briefly, Stephen.
So the basics, we have specifically 3 of those listed. I'm just pulling it up on my end. So we have, this is very unprofessional, and I do apologize for not having this all set and ready to go in advance. So we start off with the 6 tips for setting up a new fish tank, a step-by-step resource guide. And then our very next item in this little exhibit is the beginner's guide to aquarium equipment. And then that is followed by the Freshwater Aquarium's basic aquarium.
And then moving on from the basics, we get into stocking the aquarium, which just discusses the different types of fish and plants that can go in your aquarium, just cycles through those. And then it breaks down more about the specific fish that can be added. Fish, broader term, animals, sorry, because there is a shrimp, which is not a thing. There's plants once more. And I figure we can kind of then go off the rest of the website.
All right, so outside of the exhibits themselves, regarding the basics and stocking, we also have some helpful resources that we utilize, specifically from text materials to audiovisual materials. And all these items that are within the exhibit can actually be found within the collection tree and the items themselves. So Dan, if you could go to the collection tree for me, please. All right. So again, it is a simple breakdown. Emma, would you like to cover this?
So if you click on our text materials, this is where we were able to add helpful resources that again provides information and guides on the setup of freshwater aquariums. And as you can see, there is a encyclopedia, quite a few encyclopedias that we added there to help beginners know what fish and animals that they should include to the aquarium. And then if you click on the audio and visual materials, this is broken down into, again, the videos that we added, such as podcasts that relays information of individuals who have personal insight and expertise in setting up an aquarium. And all of this breakdown ultimately helps the user kind of navigate our exhibit in the easiest way.
Yeah, and ultimately, to close out, we've got the browse items section here, which has all of the items that we've included in the collection, which it is searchable. They're tagged. They have relevant subject matter attached. So if you wanted to look up something about animals in your tank, you can look that up as a subject, and you should be able to find results related to that, or plants and similar. It's really broken down into a number of different categories. So yeah, that's the full digital exhibit then. Unless you two have anything else to add, I want to thank everyone for, I guess, watching this and viewing our presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I hope you guys utilize our digital library.
Yes, I thank you everyone for watching. And I would also like to thank both Dan and Emma for coming together along with me to help make this resource and digital library available for everyone.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.